To lead in a world that never stops evolving, you need insights from those who are driving change. Welcome to Breakthrough Innovations, where we bring together the top leaders and innovators who are reshaping their industries. I'm JL Heather, the Principal Executive Coach at Center, and in each episode I sit down with game-changing executives who share the strategies, insights, and challenges that fuel their success. In the next 20 minutes, you'll gain practical takeaways to drive your own breakthroughs. So if you're ready to stay ahead, join us here on Breakthrough Innovations.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Breakthrough Innovation. With us today is Sathya Sethuraman, the field CTO from Kamunda, working in the financial services. Sathya is a trusted advisor and coach to executives in the financial services and insurance industry to implement successful digital transformation by leveraging emerging technologies and futuristic skills, ultimately delivering measurable business results. Sathya, thank you so much for being here. We're absolutely thrilled to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me here.
Perfect. So to start off, I'd love to hear a little bit about your background, where you come from, and what landed you in your current role.
Sure. I come from a modest middle-class entrepreneur family in India. My father was doing milk business, milk and milk products. And I have been seeing him running a business in a very frugal way. In India, we call it as jugaad, which is frugal innovation. And he need to adapt to the everyday's change. But when I started my official career, I started with one of the largest public sector financial services company in running the operations. And very coincidentally and fortunately, the organization was also going through a digital transformation from paperwork to computer work in 1995s. That gave me a very good perspective of combining this small business frugal innovation while also looking at the scale of innovating and transforming the enterprise at a large scale. And every step of my career was shaped out of the combination of the experience I gained and perspectives I gained from both of them.
Oh, that's fantastic. And I think one of the biggest challenges people face in innovation, especially as their companies grow, is how to keep it alive. Scale and innovation is a really big challenge. And I know from your perspective, you've worked a lot in financial services and insurance agency or insurance space. So I'm curious, what are the strategies that you found that have really drove that transformation, that digital transformation, and how did that lead to the ROI that your clients are looking for?
That's a great question. Now, again, I'll connect back to my background. And when we speak about transformation, many of the large companies fail during the transformation effort. You know that almost 63% of the companies do not deliver the relevant business benefits of transformation. And that fails because of looking at a bigger picture, definitely, but also looking at transformation as an end point versus looking at it as a journey. When you combine those smaller frugal innovation on one side and looking at it as a journey, incremental journey in delivering the business benefits, every iteration, and then looking at reaching the ultimate benefit will drive the success versus looking at somebody looking at delivering the business benefit after 5 years is going to be looked upon with the leaders who are funding the money as not as a success. It may not be treated as a failure though, but it can be looked upon as not a huge success. But if you want them to look at as a success, it is better to start delivering those incremental benefits of the transformation and ultimately rolling up into the ultimate benefits.
I love that approach. It kind of leans into what we would call an agile, iterative approach. Don't wait until the end to show the value, show bits of value along the way and adjust, right? Don't feel like you have to, how do we say? We say you don't make decisions when you know the least. Try and make decisions when you know the most. So you delay your decisions till the last responsible moment is the way we say it.
And very interestingly, to add here, right, in some cases, the benefit statement needs to be clarified at the beginning itself. Here is an example. I was running a large transformation program for a contact center. During that time, the initial program for first 6 months for gathering the data, analyzing the data, and building the A/B testing within the data realm. Here, the benefit is getting the insights itself. It wouldn't have improved Net Promoter Score on the month 6, but now we know where we stand. For example, the Net Promoter Score of that company was 65 points, which was near the industry benchmark, but the company's target was to reach 80% in next 3 years. And that gives, but we need to clarify, hey, here is the benefit, and the benefit is getting the data baseline itself.
Yeah, make sure people understand the value they're supposed to be creating. No, I love that. I love that. So understanding the what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do is absolutely critical. But I know oftentimes the how you get there is also a huge challenge. And you've kind of been known for breaking the resistance to change and using radical candor and vulnerability to pursue that. So what can senior leaders do to foster that culture of openness and innovation that seems to be what you've been doing?
Yeah. So when it comes to radical candor and openness towards a culture change, most important thing is accepting vulnerabilities. The technology team accepting the vulnerability that they do not fully understand, appreciate the business, and the business team accepting the vulnerability that they do not fully understand the technology side of emerging technologies that are happening there, so that they can come together. Lot of times it happens the other way around. Technology team thinks that they can actually step into the business, and business doesn't know technology, and business thinks that they can control the technology, and so that they are primarily towards what I want to achieve, right? So that creates a collaborative ecosystem, and that vulnerability is the key for the openness. The moment we open up, we always are open to suggestions, open to new ideas, and open to change in the way. So for example, here is an example. When a technology team was implementing a country by country transformation of a customer onboarding journey for a very large financial institution, the technology team thought that they will be able to do it by going through country by country. And the business thought that, okay, anyway, for this country, they are rolling out, so there is no problem at all. But the business vision was to roll out it across 15 countries and across 3 channels and multiple products. Then when I combined both of them together, asked the questions with a radical candor, how are you going to achieve this if you are going to lose customers on the way because you are not thinking holistically? Then both business and IT, they came to a realization that if they are, by saving few dollars of IT cost, they may be losing thousands of dollars. For every dollar, they may be losing $1,000 in terms of customer experience and customer attrition. Now they need to come together and sit down and figure out what is good for the customers. That is why putting the customer in the center and IT and business coming up with that vulnerability and thinking together for the customer is going to help driving success in those programs.
No, I love that, because what I hear you saying is to some extent you kind of have to poke some holes in the confidence to open up the vulnerability to actually bring people together and collaborate and be open to discussion. So obviously you've done this pretty well, because what is it, 65 different enterprises across the globe where you've implemented some intelligent automation and imaging technologies. Is that right?
That's
right.
right.
As you see this kind of picking up and evolving, where do you see it going, and what should executives look to prioritize to maximize the impact on their customer experience?
Yeah. So automation has been there for quite a long time. What is evolving and emerging is this intelligence within the automation. So an analyst coming and telling that they can improve the mortgage underwriting or automate mortgage underwriting, for example, or an insurance underwriting as another example, 40 to 60% is a very high level. But when it comes to automating those sort of heavily manual, heavily decision-making tasks, you need to look at 4 stacks of technology realm where you need to implement capabilities. So technology should be rolled into capabilities. Capabilities need to be rolled into specific deliverable benefit. One of the capability is user interface. So there are a lot of low-code platforms that have come so that the business can actually design and IT can develop a clear dashboard or a workbench where the underwriters, either it is insurance or bankers, can go and underwrite the loan in a very meaningful way. They get all the information. In the meantime, if they wanted to get more data, more information, they can go to AI agent as a chatbot and find the information with some AI. The next level is integrating everything. For example, integrate with not only internal systems, but a lot of external systems are bringing amazing insights into customers' risk score. That is second thing. The third one is data layer. So this is where the structured and unstructured data need to come together. And as I mentioned earlier in my earlier point, building the data is missed a lot because the building that insight itself will not deliver the result except opening it up. So the executives must realize build that insight is very critical, and across these 3 layers, if they are able to integrate and orchestrate, they'll be able to fully realize the benefits of the intelligent automation.
And pull from some of the things you said earlier that probably apply as well, is make sure you clearly define the value you're looking to produce. And to some extent, let the experts be the experts, right? Have the vulnerability to understand that technology person across from you knows what they're doing. And by the same token, that technology person has to have the vulnerability to understand that they may not fully understand the business case that the executive across from them is talking. So it's that collaboration that's key as well in generating that openness. And honestly, generating that vulnerability in yourself to allow you to have that conversation.
Correct.
Oh, I love that. So given all your experience, the 30 years of leading these transformation programs, what's your advice for people moving into this? What are the most critical factors for successfully managing these large-scale multi-geo initiatives?
So, mother is the necessity of invention, is what people say. I would say desperation is the mother of innovation. When people can invent, but the desperation is the one that actually pushes people towards implementing those inventions into the real-time scenario, right? For example, Uber or Airbnb, people might be thinking innovatively that, okay, I can open a ride sharing or I can open, a residence sharing company. But somebody who really wanted to solve that problem was somebody who could not afford and go and live in a hotel with $350 per day rent, right? So that is desperation. That's what drives. So given that, be desperate. So you look for your desperation point and what keeps you awake. When I say what keeps you awake, to be honest with you, we all go over multiple companies in our career journey or multiple divisions, right? It's not about your particular role you are playing for the particular company. It should keep you awake in terms of what you want to achieve in your career.
Right.
And that is the ultimate. And most importantly, how that career on the way can change the industry or the company that you are working in. So apply that first. Apply your career first, and then look for the change that needs to happen within your role. That needs to lead to the improvement of living within the company or your co-workers, everything, but also improve the company and the industry success towards that. And based on that's the only parameter I have taken. I moved from services to product company, product to a startup company. And every time I move, I make sure that I joined the company where the company's objective and vision are in alignment with my objective and vision. And we both travel together to achieve that goal. So picking the company where we are, picking the career where we are interested in, and then creating the desperation point. And when you are most comfortable, become uncomfortable. That's another.
Yeah. No one grows in comfort, right? No, I love that. So if I hear you right, basically what I'm saying is understand the impact you want to have and align as much as possible with the organization and the mission as well as you can. And if you have those three things aligned, that's where you can really do some powerful stuff.
100%.
Awesome. Sathya, I could talk about this all day. Unfortunately, we are going to have to wrap up here. So I'm curious, anyone who's interested in the imaging technologies, intelligent automation, finance and insurance space, how should they get in contact with you?
Sure, definitely. They can contact me at my LinkedIn profile. My LinkedIn profile is Sathya Sethuraman. They can go and search for it. Only example between me and Microsoft Sathya is his name doesn't have H. So my name is Sathya and his name is Satya. So that's a difference. And they can connect me through satya.sethuraman@kamunda.com as well.
And that information should also be in the show notes when this is live. So try and make it as easy as possible on people. So Sathya, thank you so much for this great conversation. We're really grateful to have had you on the show and had a chance to hear your insights. It's been fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you. Nice for having me here.
You're welcome. And for everyone else who made it to the end of today's episode, hopefully this brought you value, and I hope you consider leaving a like or a review on whatever platform you're listening from. If you know anyone who needs some support in the innovations, automation or imaging technology space, forward them this episode and get them in contact with Sathya. Hopefully it'll drive some value. And lastly, remember to take one actionable insight from today, apply it, and let us know how it goes, because we'd love to hear about your progress. That said, thank you again, Sathya, and thank you for everyone who's listening. We'll see you next time on Breakthrough Innovation.
Thank you.